What's going on, Internet? This is the Mison Show. I am Cole Henson, and today we are going to be looking at the 2014 Oscar nominations, and I'm going to give you my predictions. Just going category by category. I'm only going to do the ones that I actually even vaguely know about, so like the short films that I haven't seen, live action and animated. I probably won't be going over those just because it's not really fair to give my opinion on something I don't know about. This is coming from my dorm room at CU Boulder. Go Buffs. And so, yeah, this will be my first video on my new channel. If you've been digging through the vast caverns of the internet, you might have found my old channel, Supaman4321, where I did vlogs and reviews and such. So I'm gonna do this one with my real name, and hopefully, things will work out better this time around. So let's get started. Okay. All right. Visual effects categories are Tim Weber, or the categories visual effects nominees are Tim Weber, Chris Lawrence, David Shirk, and Neil Corwell for Gravity. Joe Letteri, Eric Sindon, David Clayton, and Eric Reynolds for The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug. Christopher Townsend, Guy Williams, Eric Nash, and Dan Sudik for Iron Man 3. Tim Alexander, Gary Rosenrich, Edson Williams, and John Fraser for The Lone Ranger. And Roger Guyett, Patrick Tubach, Ben Grossman, and Burt Dalton for Star Trek Into Darkness. This one, I'm going to have to give to Gravity, just because, god damn, that was a beautiful movie. And anyone who says otherwise is blind. The Hobbit would probably come in a close second. Just because, wow, Smaug was awesome, despite the movie itself being so-so, in my opinion. Best Adapted Screenplay, Before Midnight, Captain Phillips, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street. I'm probably going to have to go with 12 Years a Slave, just because it was a spectacular movie, and it was historically significant, and so on and so forth. Best Original Screenplay, American Hustle, Blue Jasmine, Dallas Buyers Club, Her, and Nebraska. Her. No question. Spike Jonze had an amazing piece of work with Her. It was actually probably my favorite film of the year. And yeah, that has to win. It just has to. Going on, Best Sound Mixing, Captain Phillips, Gravity, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, and Inside Llewyn Davis, and Lone Survivor. My tendency is to go toward Inside Llewyn Davis just because it is a movie about a musician, and sound is very important. But Gravity also had some amazing sound effects in it, and honestly, I'd have to go with Gravity over Inside Llewyn Davis. Best Sound Editing, All Is Lost, Captain Phillips, Gravity, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, and Lone Survivor. Again, have to go with Gravity because those two categories usually go hand in hand. Both end up usually winning the award. So yeah. Moving right along. Live action short film. I'm not going to go over those because I haven't seen any of them. Best Original Song. Happy from Despicable Me 2, Let It Go from Frozen, The Moon Song from Her, and Ordinary Love from Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. You see this face? This is a face of... Clearly, Frozen is going... Let It Go is going to win this. I mean, my god. As a student of theater, my my friends and colleagues have just become inundated with Frozen references and singing "Let It Go." It has saturated our culture, and for good reason. It's a beautiful song, and Idina Menzel does a great job with it. Um, so it's definitely deserving of Best Original Song. Production design: American Hustle, Gravity, Great Gatsby, Her, and 12 Years a Slave. American Hustle looked beautiful. Great Gatsby looked beautiful. Her did a really good job. Boy, this is a tough one. I'm gonna have to go with American Hustle, because they really captured the era of the time period. It really captured the area in which it was set, and it was great. Animated short film. Haven't seen any of them. They're actually playing at one of the big lecture halls on campus tonight, but I won't be able to go see them. So unfortunate indeed. Best original score: The Book Thief, John Williams. Gravity by Stephen Price. Her by William Butler and Owen Pallett. And nope, there's two more. Philomena by Alexander Desplat, I think. It looks like a very French name. And Saving Mr. Banks by Thomas Newman. Disney usually runs away with these things, so my tendency is to lean towards Saving Mr. Banks. But Her also had some amazing music in it as well. The piano was just it really contributed to the atmosphere of the film. And just selfishly, I'm gonna go with Her just because it was beautiful, and I fucking love this movie. I love it so much. Let's see, makeup and hairstyling. Adrutha Lee and Robin Matthews for Dallas Buyers Club. Stephen Prouty for Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa. And Joel Harlow and Gloria Pasca-Kasny for The Lone Ranger. Wow, they were really reaching this year, weren't they? All right. I'm gonna have to go with Dallas Buyers Club because it's the only movie as a whole that's worth a damn out of these three. Bad Grandpa, really? That's what you have to go on? All right, yeah, whatever. Next. Foreign language film, yeah, I'm not gonna go over these either because I haven't seen any of them. Documentary feature, haven't seen any of those either. Documentary short subject, Jesus. Nope. Film editing. American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, and 12 Years a Slave. My initial thought is to give it to Captain Phillips because that movie has to win for something. And from what I understand, it's not very good at anything else. I guess that's not entirely true. I mean, it's a perfectly fine film, but I don't know. It was nothing truly outstanding in my mind. So yeah, I'll say Captain Phillips just because it's the only one that sticks out in my mind at this exact moment. Directing: David O. Russell for American Hustle, Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity, Alexander Payne for Nebraska, Steve McQueen for 12 Years a Slave, and Martin Scorsese for Wolf of Wall Street. I gotta give it to 12 Years a Slave again. Steve McQueen is doing some great work in these past few years, and Um, I think he'll continue to do great work. And 12 Years a Slave was it was a really good film. Brought some really great performances brought out by these actors, and the director is a big part of that. Costume design: American Hustle, The Grand Master, The Great Gatsby, The Invisible Woman, and 12 Years a Slave. I want to give it to American Hustle because Jennifer Lawrence in a white leotard. Hey. And that's the only one that really stands out to me. I mean, Great Gatsby was good as well, but I don't know. I think there was such an atmosphere created by American Hustle, and I think the costumes were a large part of that. Also, much cleavage, a lot of side boob. Old white guys love that shit. Cinematography: The Grand Master, Gravity, Inside Llewyn Davis, Nebraska, and Prisoners. Again, Gravity was beautiful. But I really like the tone of Inside Llewyn Davis, and I'm actually going to say Inside Llewyn Davis is going to win that one, just because it was so minimalist and so just well done. It really it made for a really nice looking film. Animated feature film: The Croods, Despicable Me 2, Ernest and Celestine, Frozen, and The Wind Rises. The Croods. Really? Not a great year for animated films. Jesus. I have not seen Ernest and Celestine. I want to give it to The Wind Rises just because, it's Hayao Miyazaki's last film. He's retiring, supposedly. But I don't know. Frozen was really good too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Frozen, unfortunately. I would love to see The Wind Rises win just because I love Miyazaki's work, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And all right, the big dogs here. Supporting actress: Sally Hawkins in Blue Jasmine, Jennifer Lawrence in American Hustle, Lupita Nyong'o in 12 Years a Slave, Julia Roberts in August Osage County, and June Squibb in Nebraska. I'll be honest with you, I actually didn't see August Osage County because I'm a huge fan of the play, and I don't want them to fuck it up in the film version. And from what I've heard, that's exactly what they did. They fucked it up. So I have not seen August Osage County. Lupita Nyong'o, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. In 12 Years a Slave did a great job. I'm gonna have to give it to her. Because not only was it a great performance, again, 12 Years a Slave, historically significant film. Actor in a supporting role: Barkhad Abi, Captain Phillips. He was the head of the pirate gang. Bradley Cooper in American Hustle, Michael Fassbender in 12 Years a Slave, Jonah Hill in The Wolf of Wall Street, and Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club. Michael Fassbender, I love you. You're a big inspiration for me as an actor and as a person because you're awesome, and I hope you win. I'm giving it to you. Still trying to work on this webcam thing. Get my thumb in the shot there. Let's see. Amy Adams for American Hustle. Oh, actress in leading role. Amy Adams for American Hustle, Cate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine, Sandra Bullock in Gravity, Judi Dench in Philomena, and Meryl Streep for August Osage County. I'm gonna give it to Judi Dench just because she's great, and none of these other people really stand out to me. Amy Adams was okay, but something about American Hustle really bothers me. Maybe I'll go over that sometime. But as good of a film as it was, I do have a few problems with it, and maybe I'll talk about that some other time. Leading actor: Christian Bale in American Hustle, Bruce Dern in Nebraska, Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. Oh boy, Chiwetel Ejiofor in 12 Years a Slave, Matthew McConaughey in The Dallas Buyers Club. Sorry, Leo. I love you, but Chiwetel Ejiofor. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that name. It's 12 Years a Slave. He did an amazing job. It was a beautiful performance. Got me here. And here we go, the big one. American Hustle, Best Picture. I really need to remember that. Best Picture: American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, Nebraska, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street. I would really love to see Her win, because god damn, that was an amazing movie. It was like I said, my favorite movie of the year by far. So many great things about it. Joaquin Phoenix did an amazing job. The world they created with the future, and oh my god, I love it so much. I will be buying it as soon as it comes out on DVD. That having been said, I'm gonna have to give it to 12 Years a Slave. For the simple reason that while Her is, in my opinion, the much better film, 12 Years a Slave deals with a lot heavier subject matter, and I think the Academy tends to lean more towards that. That's the cynic in me. In an ideal world, Her would win because it's the superior film, but I don't see that's how it's going to play out. And Steve McQueen is an amazing director, and after seeing what was it called, with Michael Fassbender, where he's the sex addict, Shame. It's an amazing film. Michael Fassbender's best performance to date, in my opinion. But yeah, Steve McQueen is a great director, and it's the more historically significant film. It deals with slavery, and the Academy tends to drift towards those kinds of movies rather than a love story, a guy who falls in love with his computer, essentially, as beautifully as that was done. So yeah, those are my picks for the 2014 Academy Awards. Compare mine to what actually happens, and maybe I'll do a little post-vlog thing once it's all over. Alright, you'll be hopefully seeing a lot more of me in the next few weeks or so, but until then, I'm Cole Henson. This has been the B. Mison Show. Catch you on the flip side, Internet.